Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the Nerd Paradise Podcast with your hosts, the frozen Filipino Marky B.
This is your concerned citizen, Harvey.
And the spawn of hell, Matthew.
So, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. The weather's been kicking ass.
Oh, I love it. I'm not frozen no more.
Yes, finally things are warming up, which means girls in short skirts and short shorts.
Girls in cars. Yeah, okay. We're on a nice track here. So, well, for me, I'm a bit tired. Doesn't show up, but I'm a bit tired. I've done a lot of volunteering stuff today. Whole reason why I was late coming in today with these guys.
Yes.
That's what you get for being a good person.
Yes, Mark. Your heart's in the right place.
My timing's not.
Mine wouldn't be there, but here it is.
So, we're going to go off to the next thing. Usually we go, in my mind, now that we have the news bit, we can't really go on because there's not much going on.
Yes, in the past week, not much has gone on. I mean, we could mention the fact that now that it's been out for a week, people are currently completing Mass Effect 3, much to their disappointment.
I've heard that.
Yeah, the thing that most people are complaining about is that
let's not spoil the ending for those.
Well, I'm not spoiling the ending. I'm just saying that they find that the ending is lackluster at best.
Okay.
I've heard it compared at times to the ending of Fable 2.
But not going to discourage you guys. If you want to try it out, try it out. We're not...
the game itself is awesome. I mean, what you expect from a Mass Effect game, but apparently people just don't like the ending.
Well, nowadays...
Leave that to your own opinions, people.
Nowadays, people just want to do the whole multiplayer. They don't care about the story no more.
Yeah. There are rumors, though, that they may be releasing an alternate ending through DLC, but those are just rumors at this moment.
And
yes.
If it does happen, people will pay for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With the amount of people that are upset, they'll pay. They'll pay out the ass.
I mean, $1 to get the ending you want? Sure. But, moving right along, basically this segment's going to be a new one.
Yeah, more or less of an open forum here. Like, we will mention nerdy news that has happened, but also just stuff that goes on in the world as
we
see it around, as we see it. We will stay away from touchy subjects, obviously.
Because some of us have a bit of overbearing tone to them, Matt.
Well, excuse me if I'm passionate.
That's what the Zealot said.
The Zealots were right.
So,
let's
let's start this, man. Bang on, let's go start. Harvey, let's try you.
Okay, well, something that I'm a fan of right now, something that's cool that's happened lately. For anyone who knows of the online MMO Rift, it's been advertised a lot more recently. Just this past February, it reached its 1-year anniversary. It's been out on the market for a year now. And my brother used to work as in-game tech support for Rift, and he got a lot of the inside info on how it went out and just a lot of observation. And for 1 year time span, the amount of content that this game has put out on just within that time frame has been more than any other of the major MMOs out there that have been actually going. And actually right now, they have a whole system for free to play. You can play up to level 20, where the max level is 50. And so you can go free to play to level 20, as many characters as you want. So that's a really cool thing that they're doing. And I hope that they keep improving it, and one day I might like to go back.
I'd like to try that then, if it's free to play to level 20.
Oh yeah.
See how it goes. I've never played it, so...
Compared to some of the other big MMOs out there, it does a lot of things that I like. But for me, my experience suffered from the same thing that happens with any MMO for me. As soon as I don't have anybody to play with, if I'm rolling with a guild or if I have friends,
you quit.
I lose interest so fast without other people to play with. But Rift is a good game. It's really promising, and I think it's still got a lot more towards the future. So I'm glad for that.
All right. Well done. Now Matt's turn.
All right,
Mr. Spawn of Evil.
Well, anyways, the thing that I found that's really pissing me off this week would have to be Hollywood.
Yes, Hollywood.
Yeah. As many of you know, The Hobbit is coming out later this year, towards December. And connected to that is the company that currently owns the rights to Tolkien's books. I forget the name, but its initials are ZVK.
ZVK.
Yeah. A Hollywood company that owns the rights to Tolkien's works and all related matters.
They were the company that did put out the 1985 cartoon version Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
it's not something new, but they've had
I
recent
enjoyed that,
developments.
though. I enjoyed the cartoon.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It was very 80s. Continuing along.
So they own the rights now, and what they're doing with these rights is what I would like to call pure and utter dickery. They are
New vocabulary for us, folks.
They're finding various pubs and cafes throughout the UK, one of which is right in Tolkien's hometown, that are named after his book, The Hobbit. You have the Hobbit pub and in Stratford town, and you have the Hobbit Cafe.
The Hungry Hobbit Cafe.
Yeah, the Hungry Hobbit Cafe right up by Tolkien's hometown, both of which obviously are named after the books.
Yeah.
And this company in Hollywood, because they own the rights, and because they're not making any money off of these cafes and pubs in the UK, are threatening to sue them unless they rebrand themselves as something else because they have no right to the image or name.
There's a cease and desist going on because what they're saying is to phase out any reference to The Hobbit and to The Hobbit Mark and any...
The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, any Lord of the Rings characters or anything like that.
Wait. But wouldn't that be a good pub? Basically, good pub.
It is.
Mind the pun there. Good pub.
It's free publicity, but the fact that it's free means that they're not making any money off of it, which infuriates them. They didn't even offer, from what I understand, to, maybe go into partnership or get them to have a license to make this okay. They said, you have to stop doing all this. Now, what you have to realize is, say the pub, the Hobbit there, it's been in business for about 20 years now.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. It's long established.
1979, actually.
Yeah.
So almost 30 years now.
And that's going to be a big, besides a change on the whole place and how the community sees it, that's a big dollar sign in front of that. Not to mention the Hungry Hobbit Cafe, small business. It's open and established for 6 years, and they're going to have to completely rebrand everything, and that's a few $1,000s that they probably can't afford.
No, and the fact of the matter is that these places weren't named these things to make money. They were named to honor the fan base and to honor the story that Tolkien created. This wasn't about money. This was about love of the show. Okay? So the fact that this company is suing them just because they can't get their greedy hands on this is a scumbag move. I mean, it would be the same thing as if the creators of Doctor Who decided to sue the Doctor Who bar that's been open in New York the last few years. They're not going to because they know that it's just for the fans and that's what the fans want. Sure, it's not money in their pockets, but the fact of the matter is it's free publicity that they're getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way this Hollywood company should really be thinking. It's free publicity. They're not making money off of it, but you're getting publicity towards the product you own. You don't have to spend a dime out of your pocket. The place is spending its own money.
Exactly.
But again, it's not money in their pocket, right?
Yeah,
because
but
it's
still.
All praise the mighty dollar. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Never mind free advertising. Never mind that people are in there getting drunk or getting full and seeing all of these references. Yeah. If these two places somehow combine their businesses, you could get a pint and an awesome sandwich. That would kick ass.
Well, if it's a British pub, the food is...
it's probably bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash, fish and chips.
Which I'm not opposed to.
No, it should be decent food as long as it's not filled with Scottish food also. I would not recommend the haggis.
But It's upsetting, especially because it can possibly introduce someone whose head may or may not have been under a rock for quite a while to actually understand these things.
Well, I'm sure by now, thanks to the Lord of the Rings movies, everyone has heard of them and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, it's a nice thing for the fans to go to a place that's named after something that you enjoy.
Exactly. It's a whole atmosphere of part of your growing up, or
it's a good place to meet other fans and just talk about it.
Exactly. Especially over a drink, I will add.
Yeah. We need more places like this around the world where fans can come together and just talk. I mean, conventions are nice and everything, but
that's only once a year.
Yeah, once a year, or
if you
a couple of times a year if you got the money to go to more than one convention. And the fact is, most people don't, because conventions are kind of expensive.
You know, I wouldn't even be opposed to a very hipster-feeling Peter Parker photography studio or gallery.
Yeah.
Because it's
Spider-Man.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm sure if they'd... I hope they don't take that turn in the new movie. I mean, sure, the wisecracks would be amazing because he'd be laying on the irony. And in spandex, that's even more ironic and pretty awesome. But I don't want to hipster hate.
No,
we're not going there.
Yeah, not yet at least. And one has to remember, going just on a little bit of a leeway about hipsters, there are different levels of hipsters, so we don't hate them all. We just hate the ones that think they're being ironic, but are actually just being annoying.
We hate the bad examples.
Yes.
This works for any group, but the ones that are more outspoken and noticeable tend to take our attention more.
Yeah, like you could say about any kind of group, really. Like, let's say, like the people we saw at 401 today.
Oh,
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
There are some card gamers that are just very obnoxious and
douchey, and the fact of the matter is that I can't stand these guys that play cards and stuff, but somehow dress all gangster and street.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, dude, I'm not trying to say you can't do that,
but it's a hell of a front to put up.
Yeah, like, you're trying to act all tough and street, and yet you're at a card store playing card games.
Yeah. What's your value on that Blue Eyes White Dragon, dog? Fuck off.
It's annoying. And not to mention card vultures that walk by the moment you open a pack and ask, oh, did you get anything good?
Yeah. I have a problem with people that will sit and breathe down your shoulder while you do pretty much anything. But if you happen to frequent card shops and hobby shops, then you will be very familiar with the concept of a booster pack, be it cards or miniature collectibles or pretty much anything like that. There's fun in opening it up and looking to see what you got, even if you didn't get something that good or that you wanted. There's the whole thrill of looking into it.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah, it's a tiny little Christmas for you. Because you don't know what you got, let's say.
Nice little surprise. It's like being a kid and getting a Kinder Surprise.
Yes.
I remember those. I spent hundreds of dollars on those things as a kid.
Disclaimer, please do not eat the packages around your booster cards. Those are not Kinder Surprise. We take no responsibility. But my point is this. People that will sit there and watch as you open, and they permeate and completely invade your experience.
Yeah, and the moment they see what rare card you got, start asking, will you trade that or something?
Or they'll start shitting on it and say, oh, that's not worth anything. Oh, no one uses that anymore. Or, who the fuck cares? It's not your pack. It's not your cards. I don't want your opinion.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's not your money to pay for it.
What's worse also is those people that do that just so they can see if the cards you got from the pack came with the rarest card that is supposed to come with the box. So that they can just buy up the rest of the box to get the rare card.
It's the same as a lurker or vulture at a casino. Pretty much waiting to see if someone plays for a long time and they don't get the big payout, they think, oh, this is my chance, I can get something really good, and they just play it till they win. Same deal with the card boxes.
Yeah.
There's
Gambler's
nothing...
mentality.
Yeah, like they see what you got and they notice, they didn't get the secret rare or something, and suddenly they go to the
I got a better chance.
I'll take this many packs.
Yeah, there's nothing actually morally wrong with it, but it's total douchebaggery.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's also douchebaggery like they were doing upstairs, where they were literally trying to sell the cards at overpriced prices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like there was this one kid that was trying to sell a card that was just basic rare for about $20 up there.
That's bullcrap.
I know the prices. I know what that would.
Yeah, there was a guy that was trying to sell like the Duelist Pack Stardust Dragon for $20.
That's nothing. That's not worth even.
That thing's not even worth a toonie.
It's not even worth the dirty sock on my foot.
Yeah,
come on.
No, and he was trying to sell it just so they could go downstairs and buy cards. And the fact of the matter is that if you don't have the money on yourself to buy cards, then you shouldn't be buying cards in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing.
Take a breather, leave the store, and then come back later when you have the money. The cards aren't going anywhere.
Like, I understand the whole buy and sell concept because I work at an auction. I know what it's all about. But there's something called overselling and undersell. You're basically lowballing people by doing that. Yeah,
and the fact of the matter is that if you do want to sell your cards, sell them to the people at the card shop for store credit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and do the sorting at home. Sort it out. Get their want list off their website. Sort it out at home, and just bring them in, and they'll give you a decent price for it. Mm-hmm. And if you're doing card for card, you won't have to pay taxes for it.
But here's the thing, though. It's the fact that they go on the sites. They know the sites. It's the same. Well, 401 uses the same sites. It's the fact that they know the true value of it. They just don't want to be undersold. Like, they want people to pay at full price. Yeah, what the cards for online.
Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is that no matter where
they don't want a middleman.
Yeah.
No
matter what, wherever you're going to sell something like cards or
if you're going to
just about anything, the people at the place are always going to offer you less than what it is actually worth, so that they can make the profit.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, you really shouldn't care about that because at least you're making something off of it. Like,
well, if you want to do that, then
think of it this way:
use eBay. Yeah. Really, just
if you want the full value, sell it yourself then. But don't do it like a complete douchebag.
What boggles my mind is, I think this actually works, but people walk in and they ask, what's your value on this card? And they actually sell to other people as though they carry that much cash on them when they're just going to a card shop. But what blows my mind is some of these people do. So that they actually can pay out like $40 for this one card that they want. And why are they doing it? So that they have good trading fodder.
Yeah, most of the time, when these people ask about for these cards and stuff, they're not asking about cards that they want to use.
No, most of them just want to resell.
Yeah, resell or just trading fodder. Like, almost never will you see these people that have binders upon binders full of cards actually wanting cards to use. Like, there are times where I've seen people with binders of cards and they don't even play the game.
No, it's just for the fact that they want to make money using that. Basically, they want to be a picker. They want to be... If you've ever watched a show, the American Pickers or Canadian Pickers, it's the same deal. But they want to be a picker. They want to be a picker without doing the work.
You're not going to make a big profit with cards.
No. Mm-mm. If you want to be a picker, go on a road trip, go like barn to barn asking people to get...
Hell, they're trading cards.
Yeah.
No.
Hell, if you even want to just... Find out if a storage facility is doing an auction.
There's some. That. Well, they do some. It's just in Canada, it's online, so you don't really look what's in. You don't know what's inside the storage unit.
Yeah,
you don't see what's inside. You basically
blind auction.
You get all the things, but do you get access to the storage unit?
Yes, you get access to the storage unit.
Do you get to own the storage unit?
No.
No.
You have to remove the items after a certain amount of time.
Well, there goes my idea for a summer home.
No, but the fact of the matter is that these people literally think that they can make a profit out of these cards. And in the end, the only cards that are worth money are baseball cards.
Oh, because
of older players.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a Babe Ruth card,
I've seen,
you're going to get a couple of $1,000s on.
I've seen a lot of those going when I do my auctions.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Baseball cards, yes, they can be worth money. These days, they're not, mind you, because they're mass produced.
They're mass produced. Also, it's usually they're looking for the older cards, and that market is starting to slowly decline because there are less and less cards that are coming out.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that
everyone wants to keep them.
Yeah, these people are just douches, and most of them don't even have good social skills, to be honest.
No. I tried the social thing with them and just to get some trades, but
they
it
can't.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not universal, but it's certainly a trait that tends to be.
It's more than likely to happen. Like at these card shops, you're more than likely to see people that don't have adequate social skills.
You get the one guy who isn't, but that's it. Especially when you're doing tournaments, that's where it's
like not to toot our own horns, but we're more or less the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But
yes, but even so, we don't act as though we're better.
No, we don't.
Because there's another breed of people there.
We don't hate these people that don't have the social skills. We more or less just pity them.
Well, no,
that's condescending in a way.
I'm sorry, but I do pity them.
Well, you're
I
condescending.
pity the fool. Well, no, I'm not trying to be condescending. I just pity them because I just wonder how they act outside of the card shop. Like at a card shop, yes, that behavior is sometimes accepted and even but mostly just tolerated. But how is it in the real world that they function when they don't have basic social skills when dealing with people with similar interests to them? So how do they deal with people that don't have those interests?
That's a very good point.
Well, I tend to look both sides of the coin here.
Well, that is one thing I'll say, is that you're probably more likely to not so much take crap, but put up with your peers' lack of great social graces because they're into something that you are as well.
Yeah.
And so
which
you
is
don't
why I'm
have to worry
saying,
as much about offending
how
them.
is it these people are functioning around people that don't have the same interests? Like that's what makes me pity them, because in a otherwise normal social situation where a person could just talk to other people, these people don't have the skills to do that. And I'm sure it's not their fault completely, but I think this is something that should be taught to people.
Mm-hmm.
But then you don't know that fully. You don't know their.
Well, that's why I'm
lives.
saying it's not their fault completely. I'm sure there are other factors involved, but
no. But it's also you don't know what they're like in their actually daily lives. You don't. Yes. You don't. Know
I
that
don't.
factor.
But in the end, when you see these people act socially awkward or just plain rude, dealing with people that have the same interests as them, you have to imagine how they react to people that don't have those same interests.
Well, it's no secret that not nerdy subjects, but activities and interests like this, they do tend to gravitate towards people who can be introverted. And there's nothing wrong with introverted people.
Yeah, but
some can't get past that when they actually
Well, yes,
have to
but
deal
there's difference between being introverted and being awkward.
Well, no, sometimes that one can lead to the other.
Yes, but there's still a difference. Like
there is a
an
difference.
introverted person will more or less be quiet. But they may still be a vulture, but they won't be the kind of vulture that will literally start pestering you the moment you open a pack. They'll just be looking there.
That's true about half the time. I find that sometimes when someone has that trouble dealing with people on the outside, their first response is to kind of go on the offensive. They're not mean to be aggressive, but they also, that's the only way they know how to go at it, so that they come across as obnoxious or as just basically unpleasant. And they don't mean to, but that's their best way to go about it instead of still being, quiet
civil
or shy or meek or civil or decent. Yeah. It's tough for some people because they don't
It
know
is,
how to...
and like I said, I can't completely blame these people because they're nowhere near my hate list, and my hate list is long, and I don't hate them, but some of them can be annoying. And
there are some people I have met in other card shops I just try to not interact with because I'm not a fan of how they operate.
No, and I mean, not to sound
elitist.
No, I don't want to be so blunt as to say it, but I think the only way I can say it is not to sound racist.
Okay.
I think I know where this is going.
It's not that these people are, but most of the people at these card shops are obviously Asians, and
that's it. I'm out of here. I'm out. Go. You did it again. Yeah. No, I'm joking.
Even Mark has to agree that some of the worst card sharks and stuff are the Asian people. Mind you, some of the better ones are also good because they know how to do a good deal.
Yeah. Well, with me, I because I've grown up in the whole world, I can deal.
Yeah, like some of them make good deals, but a lot of them are the awkward sort. Mind you, I will attribute that for some of them it is that they're fresh off the boat, to use a bad term.
Oh, this is UCLA all over again.
It's not UCLA because we got an Asian here that's one of my best friends. And
guys go to
hate Asians.
If you start saying Virginia Tech, I'm out of it. I'm out.
I've dated Asians.
Say Virginia Tech again, I'm out.
To get that reference that Mark just said, in case anyone's wondering, he looks a lot like the guy that shot up Virginia Tech.
Allegedly.
Scarily a lot alike.
I'm out of here.
Very different temperament, though.
Yes. Mark's not the kind of guy that would shoot anyone.
Yeah.
If you really pissed him off and you asked him to cook for you, you're probably fucked, but he's not going to take a weapon to you.
Yeah.
Rat poison and you'd never notice.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Mark could really mask the taste of rat poison. But, yeah, like I said, I touched upon a subject that I would normally not touch upon, but I'm just saying it's an observation that's been made. Anyone will have made it. Even Mark will have made it.
Apparently I'm allowed with these people.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to make these comments. Not even with Asian people, with other people too.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that all of the most awkward ones are... And I don't even just mean like Asian that pops into your head when you say Asian. I mean like the actual continent of Asia.
Yeah, it doesn't...
Brown people too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Unlike most people, when I say Asia, I don't just think of people of the Oriental descent.
No. But let's get off this topic because we've been on it for a long time.
All in all, people that are interested in cards, while I do believe it's not your fault that you're socially awkward and stuff, it would not hurt you to try and find ways to learn to interact better with people so that... you're not simply being tolerated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, now I lost what I was going to say, guys. Thanks.
Sorry, Mark. We had to make you rant.
That was a hell of a tangent.
Yeah, you got me all riled up over the Asian comment.
Yeah, I mean, we started with The Hobbit and then we gone off on the cards. I hope you got the point about The Hobbit just being different. Hobbit, Asian, short joke.
Okay, that's it. No, you did it again. Jeez. But speaking about Asians, I'd like to say a bit of it's a small bit of anime news. It's one of the series I've followed with for a long time, and I enjoyed it. Not as much to extent as other people in the Asian community, anime community.
Racist.
see what you got me into, and I'll keep thinking Asian, but yes, basically it's from the anime world, and it involves I wouldn't call it a new season like people have been saying. It's not a third season because all the reports I've been hearing, it's an an OAV, which you haven't, if you not noticed, is original animated video, which could be for anything. But for this, it's an OAV, so it's also which classifies as either original movie or original series, which is just maybe around 5-6 episodes. So I wouldn't classify this as a season. But basically, what I'm talking about is if any of you are a fan of this, great for you.
Okay, Mark, get to the point. You're rambling.
Yes. So there's going to be two new series connected to the series Code Geass.
But we are having bestial difficulties right here.
Yeah, I'm keep doing that, and that's going to be considered bestiality. Get away. Sorry,
Mark, I did not know you swung that way.
Winston really digs the couch.
Yeah, Matt's dog's going nuts again. We're losing time here.
Mark, yes, Code Geass.
Code Geass,
new seasons.
I'm not classifying as seasons, but whether it be just one single episode or multiple, it's not a season. But they're coming out in June.
Just be aware that it's not actually a continuation of the story.
No,
it's something that just happened in between the stories.
Well, one is.
Yeah.
The other one is just completely separate.
Yeah, side story.
Kinda.
Non-canon?
No, because it's in a different it's in a different setting, like a different.
It's like the other Code Geass spin-off mangas.
Yes. The one I'm talking about is Wonderland of Nullity, which will be.
Oh, they're making that into an anime.
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Which is going. It's not.
Oh dear God, the lowly people.
I am not judging people by who they are. But
oh, come on. Don't sugarcoat it. They're pedophiles.
If it's accepted in Japan and they live in Japan, it's fine. I guess.
The fact of the matter is that there's going to be so much underage girls in tight bodysuits that they're going to freaking pass out from lots of blood flow to their heads.
If it's ink, let it sink.
Oh. But anyways, it's going to be in a different situation. Like, if it was a different... If it's basically a what if. What if Nanali was the one who got the Geass instead of Lelouch, basically?
Well, Lelouch also got the Geass.
Yeah.
But you got a different one.
Yeah. It's basically all centered around Nanali instead of Lelouch. Basically, let's kick out her brother and let's focus on her.
Yeah. It focuses on her, but he's still there. He's still doing his part of the story, but she's the one that's in charge of the tale, more or less.
Yes. So, and then there's the other one, which is... I can only say it in English because I can't pronounce the Japanese. Akito the Exile, I think.
Yeah, the Exiled.
Yes. Which is going to be based around, basically, if you guys know the story about how Britain takes over everything.
Yeah.
Or is trying to take over the world.
Yeah, this one is the in-between story one.
If the American Revolution had actually lost, basically, I think it was. Yeah. So instead of Japanese versus the British, it will be basically other Europeans versus the British.
Yeah.
And it'll be focused on this one. I don't know whether it's going to have Geass involved or not.
Supposedly one of the female leads has it, but
it's not going to be the male lead.
No.
Because the male lead has the name in it.
Yeah, the male lead is just a nightmare pilot.
Yes. So, for those fans of Code Geass, be happy. Who are Uber fans, be even happier. But again, I don't know how you hardcore fans can consider it the best anime because call me the old school guy, but you cannot beat things like Akira or even Astro Boy in terms of greatest.
No. And again, let me just remind people: these are not the continuations of the story. You're not going to find out the big mystery of Lelouch lived at the end.
That's what I mean by it's not a third season.
Yes, people do not make that mistake. Okay, do not start thinking that you're going to get the answer to if Cece was talking to Lelouch when she was on that cart.
No.
Okay, the amount of times I've heard people argue that the guy driving the cart was Lelouch is ridiculous.
But yeah,
Can't people just accept a character's death as the noble sacrifice that it was?
you're going off to a tangent. Just
Come on, it was a good ending. Okay, I know some people didn't like it, but I felt it was the right move.
Okay. So, I also, a little correction from last week, from what I said before about the Pokemon games. Turns out they're not Kyurem forms, they're actually forms of Kyurem. About Pokemon Black and White 2.
Yes, and apparently he's got 4 forms, actually.
Oh, yes, 4 forms. Check it out. It should be on Bulbapedia.
Yeah, Bulbapedia and probably other sites too, but Bulbapedia seems to be a bit better when it comes to getting more news.
I don't know how the forms are gonna, what the forms differ in terms of gameplay. But,
or how they even get achieved. Like, I've read speculation upon either being held items that are related to Zekrom and Reshiram, or that there's some kind of method to actually fuse the dragons together.
Oh my god, imagine, the girl with glasses, I forgot her name, but she invents like this, this dream pod that fuses both Pokemon together. Imagine that.
Yeah.
That's what I think it might be.
Anyway, so that's how we've seen the world this week. We shall take a little break for now and come back to you with things coming from me and Harvey, connecting both Your Concerned Citizen and the shit that I hate. Thank you.